What if you're an orphan?
No. People adopted you?
What if you never got adopted? What if you're an orphan with no friends or adopted family?
Probably a feral kid, basically. So
no, I mean you can just be in the system for so long. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Stoneface Reactions. I'm Theta, this is Lessons, and we're back with another episode of Mobile Suit Gundam IGLOO 2 Gravity Front. Sorry, I almost broke into laughter while I was starting the intro there, because it kind of was like looking away for a second, and then I popped up and did the hey, I'm Theta, as though I was doing a Mr. Rogers. I didn't see you there. Hello, welcome guys. Such a presumptuous thing, like to make a video opening like that. Oh, guys, I didn't see you there on this thing I'm pre-recording, and it's going to be on the internet on a thing that I had to upload and then write the description for and everything like that.
But I can't see you because I'm looking at a camera and you're not really there.
Well, then you had to play out the joke where you answer questions for that one person who may have said what.
Yeah.
You know, you say a random name because one person in your audience might have that name and you'll freak them the fuck out. Isn't that right, James? Damn it, we didn't say the same name. If we had said the same name, that would have been amazing.
Yeah.
It's surprising we said J names, but anyway. Last time Bayberry died. Or, no, Barbary died.
Barbary, right, yeah. Barry Barbary.
Well, I said Bayberry because I think I was maybe thinking of Mayberry, where Andy Griffith once worked. I think that's in Georgia, actually, so it's still North America, where I think this took place. I actually don't know where this took place. We saw the Earth going by, and we saw sparks on the east coast of North America and some in California.
I think this is Europe.
Yeah, because then we saw another shot, which made me think of 8th MS Team, because like it was a jungle thing going on. Yeah. So technically, we could have been anywhere. But I'm getting the drift that we're maybe not working with like one crew here. We're gonna be like 3 different episodes with 3 different people, or maybe the uniting force is gonna be Invisible Death God, which can't wait to see them in the rest of 79. 1 Year War, rather.
Yeah. Explains a lot about a certain character in 79. If this is actually real. Lala and her whole magical egg.
I was thinking, I was trying to think, like, it doesn't explain Amuro. Kai? No. I was like, maybe talking about a show we haven't seen yet. Although I couldn't talk about that. Doesn't explain anybody in Zeon. Unless Girin's having conversations with the Death God about how to kill the most people possible.
Yeah. I
mean, that could go away. It's like, how'd you come up with Operation British? Death told me to do it. Oh, yeah. Okay. I'm going to retire.
How about you go into that padded cell over there?
You couldn't tell that to Girin. You literally couldn't tell that to Girin. You'd have to figure out a way out. Like,
yeah.
Maybe I'm going to move to Von Braun.
Yeah, I'm out. Yeah, I think I hear
to side 6 I go.
Yeah, I need a transfer like yesterday.
Yeah, I guess really if you were trying to get out of the war and you didn't believe in either side, you really have nowhere to go. Because even if you wanted, even if you thought side 6 could get destroyed any day.
Except only because, the 2 sides tolerate it, or otherwise,
Well, I would say it's more so that Zeon tolerates it, because Zeon has had control of space for longer during the war than Earth Federation. Earth Federation had to come back into space.
Yeah.
Plus, all of the other sides they had destroyed. It's weird. Also, we only saw one Banchai of Side 6, implying that the rest of Side 6 was destroyed. Like, maybe they weren't neutral and became neutral at a point that they, like, please don't kill our last.
Don't kill us.
Yeah. You left the capital alive. Maybe we can negotiate? No. Maybe we'll trade you 3 for 1 resources on the corners?
The corners.
Do you have any sheep and wood?
And wood for sheep, yeah. That's an old joke.
Is it a joke? I'm just thinking board game comments.
I think I saw in one. It was in a comic where one character kept saying, "I have wood for cheap," and everybody was going like, "What? I have wood for cheap?" It's like, dude, that doesn't mean what I think you mean. Like, I'm playing this game. It's like,
oh yeah, you're talking about like sex stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm talking God, now I suddenly can't remember the name now that I've made the joke about it. You know the board game I'm talking about.
Carcassonne.
Did you say Carcassonne? Carcassonne, the river one? No, you're talking about a different game. Carcassonne is the one where you lay down tiles and you form a river and you get points based on the towns that you make around the river.
Yeah, but you trade.
No, you're talking about a different game. You're talking about the game I'm trying to think of the name of it. I can't think of the name of it. They're hex tiles that you place down on the board, and you roll dice, and you're building cities along lines along the spaces between them, and you get the resources that you roll the die for. So if you roll 2 dice and you get like a 6, every tile that you have a city on the edge of, you get the resource in that tile. And the edges of the map have trading ports. So like there's going to be a question mark that says 3 for 1, where you can trade 3 of any resource for 1 resource of your choice. But there's also very specific ones, like 2 wool for 1 wood or whatever. And every turn, you can trade with other people. Hey, I'll trade you sheep for wood.
God,
I wish I could remember that. I loved playing it in Second Life. I played it all the time in Second Life. Damn it, what's the name of this game? Ironically, I found the joke before I found the board game. Trading wood for sheep. Am I the only one who doesn't get the joke? Settlers of Catan. That's the game. Sorry, there was a version of it in Second Life called Settlers of Second Life. I know, I lost you a long time ago.
Yeah,
I can see in the reflection of your glasses that you're looking at all this stuff.
Anyway, back to this.
I can't wait for the murder mystery that has to be solved by looking at our recording where they pause on your glasses and read whatever you're reading in the reflection. Oh, it looks like he was booking tickets to Malibu. We've got to find this murderer for what he did to all those kids.
Oh, God, I knew it was going to come back to that. Oh, jeez.
Well, it was either going to be the kids or the detective who doesn't solve mysteries. And I could not figure out how to get to Malibu for the detective, so you had to be on the run for something.
God. Now I'm a mass murderer. Jesus Christ.
Are you a mass murderer? See, you keep adding details yourself. I didn't say how many kids you killed, but you've added the word mass murderer to the details.
Well, it's more than one, so, you know.
Well, surprisingly, it doesn't take much to be a serial killer, like 3 or 4 people.
I don't want to find out.
But a mass murderer, that's even above that. That's what you're going for. You're like, what, John Wayne Casey of kids, which I guess is also the John Wayne Casey. So,
it doesn't need the kids.
Surprisingly, when you dress up as a clown for most of your life, you have some problems. Or you develop some. I can't wait for the mythos to develop further.
Yeah.
Well, it seems to be the thing is, I make a joke, you add to it mistakenly, and it develops in the next thing I say. So,
yeah, it never stops.
Look, not for nothing. All I keep thinking about is how do we develop the channel a little bit more. And I'm not like you're a child murderer as a developing the channel thing. It's just like
I hope not.
If we had characters like mascots or whatever on screen, what would they be? And now I'm thinking about you as a detective in clown makeup with a bloody knife and a dead kid. That's all I can think of. I'm sorry.
Why?
Because it's a character you've developed for yourself. It's not.
I did not do any of that. You have done that in your brain, and
half of it is you. Half of it is you, stuff you've added or said.
No.
Look, there's got to be a reason why you, as a detective, doesn't want to solve mysteries, right? And it has to be that you're probably responsible for them. You're like Dexter in our little universe. You're on the police force. You don't want to solve. There's some mysteries you don't solve. And it turns out you're the one who's killing the people. That's why you don't want to solve them. God, when is your sister going to think?
What? I don't even have a sister.
Oh, what did you do to her?
Never happened. It just never got there to begin with. There was nobody to be added.
Was she the first victim?
No.
Is that where the child killing started?
Stop.
See, this is how you write. This is how I write. I just come up with shit.
Yeah.
Improv. It's a good skill to have as a GM. Unfortunately, I'm a player killer apparently. So anyway, didn't really get much from the next time on. So
a tank is involved.
Yeah,
that's it.
I'm not big up on the tank combat and things because obviously, if you come to Gundam, I think there's the expectation that you're coming for the mecha. And granted, I've said before plenty of times that I would like to watch a Gundam that had no Gundam in it. But I think that also betrays the fact that I would also watch a Gundam with no mecha in it. That doesn't mean I want to watch tanks, though. So, well, I guess we'll find out what I find objectionable this time. So, let's go ahead and hop on into it.
But before we get started,
make sure that you hit the like button,
hit that subscribe button,
comment down below to feed that algorithm.
On top of all that, if you want to watch more shows like this,
unfiltered,
uncensored,
and uncut,
as well as some early access stuff,
you can check it out over on the Patreon.
It's just $5 a month, but hey, no pressure.
There's zero pressure in order to do that. It's just a little bit of extra support, and it would be greatly appreciated.
Also, new Gundam series that starts in April, I hear. Like April 30th or something.
Isn't that Cukes?
Yep.
Cukes?
The actual series itself.
Not the premiere.
No, the movie is like... I don't know.
2 episodes of the series?
No, the movie, which is, I think, 4 episodes together. I don't know when that's supposed to come out.
No, this is September. It's later in the war.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, this is about when... this is about when
May
79 starts.
Yeah. So it's June. Yeah. If it's the 7th month of the war, it's June.
Here's my problem.
Well,
if you found out that you called the thing Zaku, but the enemy is calling it Death God, why the fuck wouldn't you change the name to Death God? Like, it's a machine for war. You're not kidding anybody by not calling it Death God.
Yeah.
Well, good. At least we're not showing them to be superior to Zaku's. Oh, this is just the opening credit.
Yeah.
Well, this is what confused me before. This is clearly the Zeon forces marching over them. So it's the fact that it's showing the Zeons marching over everyone, and the fact that it's the Zeon landing at the very beginning. Just assumed this was going to be Zeon-centric. Yeah, take that, Dover. God, I would hate being in a place that was so hot that everything was heat wave lines. So the theme of this one's going to be everybody visited by the Death God?
Yes, so? Kings of the land, forward.
地球連邦軍61式戦車5型全長9メートルに及ぶこの戦闘車両は度重なる改良の結果初期型とは全く異なる高性能を獲得し現在もなお生産は続けられている その最大の特徴は絶大な打撃力を誇る2連装
But literally can just be dodged by a Zaku.
ドライバーを命じられたレーバンスラー軍曹であります。
さっさと乗れ。
は？
乗ればわかる。
Because it's air conditioned on inside.
しかしそのため
True.
内部には社長1名を収めるのが限界であり、ミノフスキー粒子散布下ではあだとなった。わずか2名の乗員でこの陸の王者を操ることはあまりに過酷であったのだ。配置につきました。しかしこの車体はエンストしているのでは。
そうじゃねえ。この61が貴様を試したがってんだ。お前を気に入ればエンジンは必ずかかる。
I mean,
ダメです。反応なし。
I was gonna say something about having a commander that's so that this superstitious. Then again,
Yeah.
I imagine a lot of soldiers are actually superstitious, so.
I mean, yeah. You don't know when you're gonna live or die, so.
会長だな。よーし、一号車もいい。直ちに戦闘訓練に参加する。
了解。
Well, I imagine it's more like there's people that say, "Oh, I didn't do this thing, so now my football team is gonna lose." Taken to the extreme.
Yeah.
起伏が激しい。これ以上はサスペンションの負荷に危険が。
へっぴりおいしい。これは命令だ。
I mean, no, but I'd rather lose a suspension not in a fight.
ハンドルそのまま。
Okay, playing chicken with your own tanks is kind of dumb.
Well, I
You end
guess he
up
wants to
wrecking
know
everybody.
that this guy is gonna be the guy willing to do that.
Yeah.
神々様のお出ましだ。
At the same time, probably not great to have on the record died in a military training exercise.
Yeah.
This isn't Starship Troopers.
Yeah, they're not fighting back though.
Well, they
Now
are.
they are.
I'm saying they just literally went out there saying, "Oh, we can take him."
I like that they're playing basically paintball.
Well, it's the same thing that we watched the Xeon people do in Origin.
Yeah. Yeah.
捧げたい行進じゃ。 連装法はこうやって使うんだ。
嘘だろ。
Yeah, but I think our Xeon guy could have taken these guys out. For one thing, he had a better tank. And a drug problem.
See, the vehicle animation is great. The people animation, not so much.
Kind of disappointed.
Mhm.
I expected him to be like a scarred up mess or something. Because we saw him like
Yeah.
this from the porthole and there's like giant scar over his nose.
He does have some scars though.
Yeah, but I thought it was going to be a whole lot worse. Like, that's the reason he was hiding out in his tank.
注意。その足は。
余計なおしゃべりはいらん。
Ah, he has a fake leg.
Does he, or he have a bum leg? Because he's not walking like he has a fake leg.
You didn't hear the spring? It was like a sound of springs.
Again, the audio I had to put very low so it doesn't
Yeah.
pick up on my microphone. It seemed to me like he was just dragging the leg, like it was like a bum leg. Well, yeah, I mean, that was just the wrong move to begin with.
お前の前任者はおかしくなっちまって病院に来るよ。どうやら俺の背中には死神がついてるんだとよ。
私には
もしもだ。その死神が見えたらどんな面をしてるのか俺は見たい。必ず教えてくれ。
Also, not for nothing, I don't like how this puts, like, any Federation losses on the back of the Supernatural.
I mean, I don't know
I
if
would
it's put
believe
in the
that
back
this
of
was-
Supernatural.
I would believe that this is
Is
all
it-
superstition, if not for the fact that they keep showing us the Death God.
ついに我々戦車大隊の出番がやってきた。6つ星ただ飯ぐらい。こんな陰口は全てチャラにしてやろうじゃねえか。敵は我々をドーバー海峡に叩き落とすべく包囲の輪を縮めてきた。しかしチェックメイトを焦りすぎた。
Wow, any resemblance to World War II? It's purely coincidental. Except that there was no fighting in Spain in World War II, so.
Yeah, I see that happening. Especially given the fact that the entire point of this arc seems to be people dying on the Federation side. Lose a track?
やはりな。こちらヤンデル。機関不調につき発進できず。
No. I could see how the Dom would be a massive improvement over the Zaku if you were concerned about tanks. Dom would just fly the fuck over the tank. Yeah, that was a smart move. Broke your toe pre-combat. Yeah, don't beat the shit out of your engineers.
Your maintainers.
Yeah, I mean, I anticipate the entire point of this is going to be, oh, we couldn't go into the battle, and that's when everybody else died. I feel like I already made a Moby Dick reference.
Yeah, this is where this series really gets weird with the whole, commie thing.
Sorry, you said K-A-M-I. I heard C-O-M-M-I-E. It's like, we're talking about communists.
No.
Again, these things stand no chance.
No.
That's the white Zaku he's been looking for.
Yeah, yeah.
Where's that scarred ass bastard I've been looking for in the tank? Man, this is the same commander from the first episode. Maybe he's the tie that holds us all together.
しかし、奴は確実に生き延びてきた。したがって、ドライバーたる貴様も生き延びる。たとえその原因が故障であろうとな。何が不満だ？知っての通り、我々は本日、気候戦力の半分を失う大打撃を被った。
He's the realist. You know, he's not hiding from the truth.
もはや我々に敗北は許されんのだ。そうだな、ヤンデル。
俺の指揮権を剥奪しろか？
ヤンデル注意。
そんな能書きを垂れたのが貴様が初めてだ。で、少佐殿、俺の意見愚信はどうなんです？
採用だ。すでに偽情報も流し終えている。君は特別編成の
I guess it's beneficial for them, but they're just keeping their communication lines open both ways. Broadcast propaganda to you, false information back.
なんですって？一体何を？
注意。期待しているよ。
By the way, I refuse to look directly at you. It's all going to be side eyes from here on out.
Yeah.
あの地獄の死神を倒せば、敵の意図を頓挫させられるやもしれん。
Well, unfortunately, Xeon came with over 280 death gods per drop, so...
I mean, that's your estimation.
No, that's the...
We haven't seen that many.
No, that's the number that we got from the... Yeah, well, one ship from the first arc. It's not my estimation, that's literally the count per pod, and I have the number of pods. And not for nothing, we're 2 episodes in and we've seen them destroy, what, 3 Zaku's?
俺にはわかる。これは罠だ。目標には敵はいやしない。俺の運命を変える敵は途中で待ち伏せている。どうした、スネル隊員。相変わらず不調だ。離脱を希望する。
So both of them are in machines, yeah.
なぜ今日惨敗したここで敵を待つのです。仲間への弔いですか。あなたらしくもない。
軍曹、他の連中のように少しは寝ておけ。
あと何時間この世の風景を見ることができるのか。
I guess the real upgrade from the tank
そう思うと
is that it takes 2 people to get killed in a tank, rather than 6 people on the ground.
戦いが終わるまで眠らない。貴様はもう少し早く少佐に意見愚信すべきだったな。
Not for nothing, but invisible fire is real. I know this is supposed to be some sort of hallucination fire, but
聞こえませんか。戦いに倒れた仲間の声が。いや、敵も味方もない。どの魂もが最後には家族を思い。
what if you're an orphan?
No. People adopted you?
What if you never got adopted? What if you're an orphan with no friends or adopted family?
Probably a feral kid, basically. So
No, I mean, you could just be in the system for so long. I've worked with plenty of people like that.
お前の前任者はおかしくなっちまって病院送り。どうやら俺の背中には死神が。
What do you think makes clothes for a death god?
そうです。そうです。
whoever designed Final Fantasy X's clothing.
Like, does the death god base their fashion on Xeon sensibilities or Earth sensibilities? I think that's grounds for immediate retirement.
Yeah.
Klinger, get out of here. Yeah, but I guess the argument would be, then go where?
Yeah.
Because Zeon took it over, I
just said-
imagine.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the theme. Everybody who's seen the Death God has been almost dead before. The other guy is the last surviving member of his troop. Assumedly, he also was on the verge of death. He just doesn't scar the shit up like his guy. God, that was bad animation.
Yeah.
Yeah, he deformed for a bit.
Yeah.
白いザクが全ての元凶に思えた。いや、確信した。奴さえ倒せば全てが変わり、新しい自分が見つけられる。俺はいつの間にか。
How long ago was it that Skibidi Toilet came out? Because this feels almost on the level of Skibidi Toilet.
Eesh. Wow.
Well, I'm just thinking about like all the like over-exaggerated faces they have in Skibidi Toilet.
もう戻るべき場所がないのでしょう。奴も重力の死神に取り憑かれている。敵は見当たりません。出来たてのスクラップばかりだ。いや、俺にはわかる。本当の敵のそのわずかな息遣いが聞こえる。その物が体内の血をたぎらせんとして。くそ、残骸にまだこんなに余熱が。
I mean, yeah, this place seems so hot that even if it weren't recent, the metal would have absorbed all the heat. Yeah, they don't seem to have as much of a problem adapting to gravity wells as, I guess was shown to us in Seed. You think their tank is gonna have a breakdown just in time to avoid getting shot? Like they were gonna fly into the path of a thing and then... See what I mean? What's a tank gonna do to that?
The bane of being a bipedal.
Ironically, it's the same bane of having a child, I guess. You left your toys out again. I don't know if that should have worked.
No, it should because it's Minsky particles, I guess.
No, I mean the flashbang effect. because it
Yeah.
exploded behind him, so the majority of the effect is away from him. Also, if we indicated, the head camera is just one of many cameras. So shooting him in the head shouldn't take him out at all. I don't know if that should have taken him out either. How many Zakus have they lost so far?
2. There were only 3.
I don't agree that the first Zaku should have been taken out either. They only shot him in the camera. How does that work?
He shot a tank that was damaged or destroyed.
I mean, we saw him fire
Thinking
the
that-
tank that fired the shot. Also, why are you just fucking standing there? But no, like, literally, they showed us the tank firing the shot and then the thing hitting that same tank.
He said he had, because he thought he destroyed 8 tanks.
Oh, so you're saying that they tricked us by perspective by making us believe that that was him.
Exactly.
That was dumb. I don't appreciate that. No, I imagine you're about to be killed right now.
Yeah. I mean, an airstrike or something could just kill him out. Artillery as well.
Or that third Gundam that shouldn't be dead. Or the
Or a guy
random
with a rocket.
appearance, yeah, the random appearance of Xeon ground troops. I appreciate the gout of flame. But we're not trying really hard today.
Seven tanks.
Almost half the other guy.
Yeah.
Again,
One
once you
between the
figure
two.
out the twist of Gravity Front,
Yeah.
it's kind of not like that impactful anymore.
時代の証言者として
that almost everybody that's like been touched by death is going to be killed right after doing the thing that they want to accomplish. God, I have a giant forehead.
果たして陸の王者はライオンはプライドを取り戻したのだろうか。
Well, no.
この時期を境として地球連邦軍は息を吹き返したのだが。
Becoming less see-through, I guess.
The more spirits he or she absorbs.
So you're saying it's all about the spirits within?
Yeah.
Again, though, they keep showing us Zaku's being taken out by shots to the head, which we know doesn't work. That's the part I'm most incensed about. Like, I have no problem with the tanks winning battles or whatever. Just do it in a way that makes sense, like, it fits everything we've seen so far. Because, you know, if there was a hero in the Zaku, the head would get torn off and they'd just keep fighting.
Yeah.
And I super just don't appreciate the hey, this is the perspective we're showing you. Well, we lied. That's not actually the tank you thought you were watching. Well, my perspective is the only perspective I have in the show. Lying to me about where the camera is, I don't know what the point of that is. I don't appreciate it as a viewer.
I don't mind it.
Can't wait till we see this character again. I mean, I wouldn't mind it more if it made, like, me care more, but I don't. So, like a prototype gun tank. With extra treads. So, we're gonna have a prototype gun tank where the actual gun tank was.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to say anything because, you know, it kind of spoils, but so I won't say anything.
Yeah, I know.
But
I don't know. I'm just not satisfied with these. I guess also from the element of the perspective that we don't have through line characters. Like, at some point I became invested in May and Cadillac and the captain's weird views on, not weird views, his captain's views on things. Whereas this is just, like, maybe the commander guy that both people seem to have gone to is the same guy.
Yeah.
But they're like one-off stories. It's like, it's actually the inverse of the first two arcs. Because those were, hey, here's the main characters, and here's the sacrificial guy who's going to die every episode.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas this is just the sacrificial guy without somebody I need to care about.
Well, I do like the fact that they show how the ground war happened, at least in Europe, which we didn't really get a lot of. You know, the fact that they get pushed back to Dover and they had to fight there and launching counterattacks, and, you know, how they were holding against, you know, the Zeons without, you know, mobile suits until, you know, they have to get mobile suits, right?
Yeah, but they're not doing it in a way that makes it. I don't know if the word fun is the word I want to use here. They're not doing it in a way that makes me. Well, because they're like jumping. They're doing the same time jumps that the first two arcs did. But again, the first two arcs, we didn't know what's going on because they seem to mostly happen in things that we've seen before. This is just like, hey, by the way, here's like a day at this time in this part of the war. It's like, cool. I really would have liked to, if we got like fleshed this out a little bit more. Like, maybe if the whole arc was just that infantry unit and maybe like a month of the war to see how it actually pans out over time. That's just like one battle during one day. It's like, okay, it's cool to see, like, any of the people who watched Gundam are like, I wonder what an infantry unit would do with a tank, with Zaku. Well, that's the one episode specifically for you. I don't feel fulfilled, though, as somebody who wants to learn more about the lore, about what's going on where and how it's happening, over time.
I mean, it does give you lore. I mean, it gives you the take on,
No, it doesn't
where
give.
they landed.
Literally, I have seen in 2 different series now a map of the Earth and how Zeon has expanded across it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's as much as I've gotten lore-wise from this itself, because it's also a map, and it's literally one fight on that map. That's it.
Yeah, but for example, that the fact that the Earth Federation got pushed all the way to that little corner, right?
Yeah, I got that from the other maps.
Yeah.
Literally, I got that from the other maps. All this did was put a name to the spec of the map that I had seen before, which I probably could have done if I put that map next to the Google map.
Yeah. Well, I still like it though.
It does nothing for me because it doesn't flesh the world out. It's just like if there was a Gundam board game and someone was like, "Hey, let's put to CGI the last BattleTech game that I'd made." Right? This is that to me.
I don't know. I mean, I do like the fact that we're getting a sort of ground level view of what's happening with the Federation that we really, outside of a white base, that's a word I was going to say, we're getting here.
But again, the problem is it's not a storied perspective, though. I would enjoy this more if it was the same characters throughout, and then they died in the last episode. If we have to kill them, sure, it's fine. But, have those infantry guys also be at Dover. Don't have them in a separate timeline or anything. Have them be there. Have them operating in tandem with the tank crews. And just have those characters having their own split missions. Ogre guy wants to take out the ogre, fine. Same battlefield. Have those other 3 Zakus that the infantry guys fought. Have them be the scout mission for the other ogre team that's coming along. Have it be one united story so that I have an overarching storyline to make me invested in what's going on. Otherwise, this is one guy I have just met who I am just watching die.
That's war for you, baby. No time to care.
God, I wish I remember the last time you said that whole "it's the baby." No, that's the Empire, baby. That's the last one you did. Now I remember.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing, though, is that it's not what you want from a narrative. Okay, cool, that's war, baby. But also, from a narrative, you want me to remember it, to care about it, and think this was good. At the end of the day, if your whole point is that war is so uncaring about its participants that anybody dies and that nothing really matters, war is a mistake to begin with, then I'm going to leave your narrative having those same feelings that none of anything I saw mattered, everyone died, this is pointless, the same way as the meaning of the narrative is pointless.
I don't know. To me, this is what it took to stop Zeon in order to eventually push back, right?
The reason you care, do you care about the Federation because they're right? Do you care about them because they're on Earth and you're on Earth, so you have a home field trust to them? Or do you care about them because there's characters in Earth Federation that you side with instead of the ones on the Zeon side?
All of the above. At least when it came to the original.
I feel like the most important part about that, though, is the part that you enjoy Earth Federation characters more than the Zeon characters, because it drives you to want to see more stuff about the Earth Federation.
Yeah.
Right. If I don't care about the characters on the screen, then what is my drive to see what happens?
I mean, I do care about these characters enough. I mean, it's not
Should you? Because you're going into this knowing they're going to die.
Yeah, I'm still watching them again because I do care. I mean, just because their death actually makes their lives, what little we see of them, poignant, right? I can see your point. That is too little exposure for you to care, but at the same time, okay, how long did it take you to care for, say, Cadillac?
I'd say 2 episodes, 2-3 episodes.
Really?
Yeah, it was only until she started becoming humanized by the episodes. I didn't really care for how she treated the character of the episode that was going to die most of the time. and she comes off as spoiled, or at least entitled, or politico officer, if you will, too hard in like the first episode. It's her development over time that makes me enjoy her more. The fact that she is, you have to spend more time with her to realize that she is a product of the propaganda that she is meant to be spewing, because she's part of the media network. So seeing her become more and more disillusioned over time is a product of the time you spend with her, which is why I enjoy her as a character, because of that humanization. They don't get the time in these episodes. It's just a guy screaming because he got PTSD, and then has a bunch of dumb guys under him that only got 2 weeks of training, and then boom, he's dead. Cool. That's like a one-off thing. That's like there's a bunch of like Twilight Zone ripoffs that I can't remember the name of, but it's like a bunch of those where it's like cool, introduced to a character, has a fun little twist to the story, and then it's over. I don't care about the character. I care about the twist of the story. The twist of the story is cool. Except, as I said at the beginning of this episode, once you understand that the twist is these are all people that have been touched by death and then are going to die in the pursuit of the thing that they're going after, that kind of spoils the conceit behind this 3-episode series. Because now, as I just mentioned to that whole Twilight Zone thing, the twist is the cool part, because you don't have time to deal with the characters. But now I understood the twist at the first episode. So now this episode is like, okay, he's going to die. Wonder when that's going to happen. Probably near the end of the episode. Which then, what's the middle of the episode for? Not for nothing, this guy just kept saying the same thing over and over again. I lost my homeland. Yeah. Which is, gotta believe, is the majority of what the Earth Federation people are going through, because we see how the map expands with the Xeon expansion.
So you don't care about these characters. Okay, I get it.
Well, I mean, what's my investment? Here's the other difficult part of this equation, is that I'm obviously more invested in the Xeon side of the war. So these are the characters that I would be actively rooting to lose. So, because if they succeed, my guys lose. You know, it's like watching a sports match, right?
Yeah.
Did you ever watch the episode of Stargate Atlantis where they go to the planet when they think they're playing a war game and it's actually yeah. That's this, except that's not real. At the end of the video is not real life video of a war zone. The animators made a real planet out of, so I am watching a sports team that I don't want to lose, but ultimately loses. So I take any little victories I can get, which is why I argue about the whole Zaku shouldn't be taken out if the head thing goes off, because I'm like nitpicking. Like, for me, that's the goal. The referee shouldn't have thrown a flag. What the hell is he doing? Everyone knows Zaku's don't go down when he takes the heads off.
Oh, there you have it.
Do we? So I hold you hostage for another 5 hours. All right. Well, I guess if that's that, then I have been Theta. This has been Lessons. We've been Stone-Faced Reactions, and we will catch you next time. Bye-bye.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching another Stone-Faced Reactions. If you have an idea of another video we could go ahead and watch, go ahead and put it in the comments down below and we'll add it to the wheel. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let us know what you thought about this video, what parts you liked. And until then, we'll see you next time. Is this too goofy?